stress can directly affect your stomach, not metaphorically, physically. It can change digestion, bowel movements, gut sensitivity, and even create symptoms like bloating, nausea, constipation, and stomach pain. Many people experiencing these symptoms have already had medical tests that came back completely normal. So today I want to explain how stress affects the stomach, what the gut-brain axis connection is, and why emotional stress can show up in the body in very real digestive ways. So let's get started. The stomach and the brain are not separate systems exactly. They are constantly communicating through what is called the gut-brain axis. One of the key pathways is the vagus nerve, which runs between the brain and the digestive system. This means your brain is continuously sending signals to your gut about whether you are safe or under threat. When the nervous system is calm, digestion functions efficiently, gut movement is regulated, the body processes food normally, and when stress is activated, the body shifts into survival mode. Digestion slows down or becomes irregular, and blood flow is redirected away from the gut. Muscles in the digestive system can also tighten. So the stomach is not operating independently, it is responding moment by moment to the nervous system. Think about what happens during anxiety, grief, pressure, conflict, uncertainty. People often feel knots in the stomach, nausea, urgency in the bowel, bloating, even loss of appetite. These are not just random symptoms. They are direct physiological responses to a perceived threat. And when stress becomes chronic, meaning your nervous system is activated for long periods of time, the gut can remain in a sensitive reactive state. And this is where we often see IBS type symptoms, constipation, reflux, abdominal discomfort, increased gut sensitivity, inflammation in the colon. This does not mean, though, that all gut issues are caused by stress. And let me repeat that again. Not all gut issues are caused by stress. There are real medical conditions that require proper care and diagnosis. It's important to first consult with a qualified healthcare professional to rule out any underlying medical conditions and ensure that you're receiving the appropriate medical care and diagnosis. But stress absolutely is one of the most significant factors that can influence how the gut functions and how symptoms are experienced. The gut is often referred to as the second brain. This is because it contains its own nervous system called the enteric nervous system. There are millions of neurons in the gut that are constantly communicating with the brain. This system regulates digestion, bowel movements, gut sensitivity, internal body state, but it also plays a role in emotional experience because the gut is constantly sending information upward to the brain about what is happening inside the body. So emotional experience is not just created in the brain, it is influenced by the state of your entire body, including the gut. Most people assume emotions are created in the brain first, but in reality, emotions are constructed through ongoing communication between the brain and the body. The brain is constantly receiving signals from the gut and interpreting them in real time. It asks, as an example, what is happening inside the body? Is it safe or unsafe? Do I need to protect this person? Is something wrong? So the gut sends continuous signals about tension, discomfort, digestion state, stress activation, and the brain interprets these signals as emotional experience. For example, a tight stomach plus a fast heartbeat may show as anxiety, gut discomfort plus fatigue, emotional heaviness or low mood, nausea plus tension, fear or stress response. So emotions are not just thought-based experiences. They are constructed by body signals plus brain interpretation happening all together. There is also a chemical layer to this. The gut is heavily involved in neurotransmitters like serotonin, which influence mood and emotional regulation. So the gut is not just responding to emotions, it is actively shaping them. This is why when the system is under chronic stress, people may feel emotionally flat, anxious in the stomach, disconnected, or overwhelmed without a clear reason. Stress doesn't just affect your thoughts, it affects your stomach. The brain and gut are constantly communicating through the vagus nerve and the nervous system. So when you're anxious, overwhelmed, grieving, or emotionally stressed, your digestive system can respond physically. It may look like bloating, nausea, constipation, stomach tightness, IBS type symptoms. And it is important to understand, psychosomatic does not mean imaginary. The symptoms are real. The body is real. The nervous system is real. Sometimes the stomach is simply reflecting stress the body hasn't fully processed yet. For some people, the stomach becomes a primary area where stress is held, especially in people who suppress emotions, carry grief quietly, live in chronic stress, stay in survival mode, or struggle to feel internally. The gut becomes reactive and sensitive. So what can we do about it? When stress is affecting the stomach, the goal is not to force the body to change, but it is to help the nervous system feel safer. That may include slowing your breath, improving sleep, movement and grounding, emotional processing, therapy, clinical hypnosis, nervous system regulation practices. In hypnotherapy, we often work with calming the gut-brain system so the body can move out of survival mode, because when the body feels safer, digestion often begins to regulate naturally. If there is one key message from this video, it's this. The stomach is not just a digestive organ. It is deeply connected to the nervous system. So sometimes when symptoms appear, it's not just about food. It's about stress, safety, regulation within the whole system. Don't ignore your symptoms and see your healthcare professional first. If your symptoms are psychosomatic, psychotherapy and hypnotherapy can help you to improve and manage your symptoms. And the mind and gut are constantly communicating. If this resonated with you, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below, and I would love to hear your thoughts and experience. Please take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.